Rockets fired at Tel Aviv and Jerusalem as sirens blare all over Israel. IDF targets hundreds of Gaza terror sites in overnight operation. 5 Hamas terrorists attempt to infiltrate Israel. And Herb Keenan weighs in on the future of Operation Protective Edge. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. Today is Wednesday, July 9th, and we are bringing you another special update on the IDF's offensive on Gaza, Operation Protective Edge. As the operation continues, residents of Tel Aviv heard rocket sirens Tuesday evening and throughout this morning, for the first time since Operation Pillar of Defense in November 2012. Sirens wailed in 20 different municipalities, including Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Rishon LeZion, Modi'in, Ashdod, Ashkelon, and the Eshkol Regional Council. A missile also landed in an area north of Tel Aviv. The Iron Dome anti-missile system intercepted at least 4 of the missiles, and residents of Tel Aviv reported hearing explosions. The Hamas military wing has claimed responsibility for the missile fire. The rockets caused light property damage, however, no serious injuries were reported. The IDF struck 160 terror targets across Gaza overnight and hundreds of targets since the beginning of Operation Protective Edge this week, aimed at stopping rocket fire from Gaza on Israel. Targets hit by the Air Force include 10 tunnels and 5 Hamas government buildings, including the Ministry of Interior, the National Security Ministry, and a naval police position. The Air Force also hit 118 underground rocket launchers, including infrastructure designed for mid-range and long-range rocket fire against Israel. The attacks caused significant damage to the rocket firing capabilities of terrorist organizations. The IDF confirmed this morning that an IAF airstrike successfully targeted Hamas terror operative Abdallah Difala while he was riding on a motorcycle in the northern Gaza Strip. The IDF stated that Difala had been responsible for firing rockets into Israel. IDF units intercepted a Hamas commando unit that sought to infiltrate Israel from the sea at Zikim Beach, just north of the Gaza Strip on Tuesday. Soldiers killed several terrorists and pursued at least one more, security sources said, stressing that they were speaking as the incident continued to unfold. A senior security official said an IDF detachment was dispatched to Zikim Beach after the military detected suspicious movements in the area. The unit engaged the terrorists and shot and killed 5 of them. 1 soldier was lightly wounded in the exchange of fire. We now have JPost diplomatic correspondent Herb Keenan on the phone. Herb, we've been seeing Hamas rocket fire for a few weeks now. In your opinion, why has the IDF waited so long to respond?
There was a certain logic, I think, in Netanyahu waiting as long as he did before responding with a lot more military might. And the logic was now on Sunday, when Israel did attack, he was able to turn to the international community and say, look, I didn't hit back after the first rocket. I didn't hit back after the 10th rocket. I didn't hit back after the 100th or even the 200th rocket. But now you have to understand that this is a legitimate right of Israel for self-defense, and we need to act.
With that said, do you think Israel now has the backing of the international community to continue with the operation?
I think so far Netanyahu has now. He does have that to a certain degree, and I think he will continue. He's got with Israel. Israel has to be both careful and lucky. Obviously, careful in not causing a degree of collateral damage or killing by accident innocent people, keeping that to a bare minimum so that the outcry from the world for Israel to stop this kind of operation before it achieves its goals, those voices, which we're obviously going to hear in the near future, those voices are either muted or they come later.
Thanks so much, Herb, for your insight. That's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more updates on Operation Protective Edge. Until then, shalom from all of us here at the Jerusalem Post Studio.